Hi, it's Daryl again. In this video I'm going to show you how to use a Core 2 Quad processor to upgrade an old computer. I got an old computer that I've had lying around unused, and I use it to play Cities Skylines. Now it needs to have a bit of a stronger processor than a Core 2 Duo, and it needs 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64-bit operating system to run. So adding the CPU and a Nvidia GT 710 graphics card, which doesn't require an external power supply, so that means it will fit in any old business PC that you might be able to find. You might be able to get a computer for free. Get one of these processors. You can buy it online on eBay or AliExpress, and get yourself a GT 710 or a GT 730 graphics card, and you'll have a computer that's perfectly good for playing non-real-time computer games like Cities Skylines or Civilization. So I'm going to show you how to do this update right now. Okay, so I'm just going to do this quick upgrade with a bit of luck. So here we are on my living room floor, and I've got this new processor. So I'll just unwrap that, have a look. So what I bought was this quad core. So it's a Core 2 quad. What does it say? 2.66 gigahertz there. And I'm going to replace the I think it's a 2.93 gigahertz dual core with a quad core. So the goal of this is this is my terrible gaming computer. I've got this Nvidia GT 710 graphics card, so it's just a real budget little graphics card. Got 4 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte hard drive. Don't use it very much because it's a little bit underpowered, and I've just been using it to muck about, play City Skylines. So I'm going to just change this processor over, so I'll show you how to do that. So got to move all this tangle of wires. I had all the wires unbunched because I've been just mucking about, changing some components. So got to just undo all these little clips. So you just rotate these little clips down here. Okay, so there we go. There's the underside of the cooler, and there's the CPU. And so if I just set this aside, if we just go down here, there's just a single latch. So just unhook this little guy. There we go, and then click this open. Now, when you're changing the CPU, the only thing that's really important is to make sure you've got the same socket type. And make sure your firmware and everything supports it. Usually upgrading your BIOS to the latest version of firmware before you do your update is quite a good idea. And this processor I'd put in not very long ago, so the paste on it is still sticky. So I'll just lift this out. Yeah, see this corner? There's the one corner. So the right top corner has a little golden triangle on it, and that little golden triangle is telling you which way around the processor goes. There should be some little nicks in the edges of the processor, so I think there's one just there, a little nick, and that will mean that's supposed to stop you from aligning the processor the wrong way or putting the wrong processor in. So I should just be able to lift this out. Try not to touch any of these pins and connectors. You don't want to get any dust or fingerprints or icky stuff on them. Otherwise you'll be in with a failed power connection. So I'm just going to put down the camera to open up this little thing. So just drop this in. Don't literally drop it from high up. So it's wonky and not aligned at the moment, so just adjust it across. Give it a tiny little wiggle and it will fit in nicely. So you can see the processor information there. It looks like it's upside down. Close that little thing, make sure it's in. and then the little with the hook. Just hook that. It's got quite a bit of pressure on there, and that's that hook down. And now inside this packet, there's this little packet of paste. Looks like a little packet of soy sauce. You should be able to tear the corner off this. It's got a little nick in there, and just dab some of that paste. This heat conductor paste, and the heat conductor paste, you absolutely have to put it in because it allows the heat to transfer out of the processor into the heat sink and fan, which will stop the processor from overheating. So I'll just put the camera down and open that up. Put a dab of that paste in the center of the processor. Sometimes those little packets have too much in them, and you put the paste on and it squidges out and just makes a mess. And then, with a bit of luck, if your firmware is up to snuff, when you turn the computer on, it should all actually just work perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to turn on this computer now and hope for the best. Well, that's a good look. Quad core, yeah. Q9400. This is looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good. Oh, awesome. There we go. Got some windows happening there. Oh no. Why? What happened? Oh, reboot fail. Gonna just press delete and go into settings. Gonna have to check out some BIOS settings because something went wrong. Here's a CPU, something or other. Oh, I think it's in here. Probably. That should be all good. Oh, maybe this is a bit strange. I think I've got some. No, it's not running in any special mode. It looks all good. I don't know. I'm just going to save and exit and hope for the best. Let's have a look. It looked so awesome for the 3 seconds that it ran. Alright, got into Windows, so let's have a look at this. Video looks all weird. Let's have a look at CPU-Z. Core 2 Quad. I don't know, that all looks kind of normal. Do we get some temperatures in here? Well, that's a little bit better. The previous processor I had in here was a 2.93 gigahertz Core 2 Duo, so it's basically twice as fast as it was before, which is good. Probably would have been around, I don't know, I think I had 400 something there. Oh, it's looking okay. I'm going to test out some games now and see how they go. There's that quad-core goodness I was looking for. And just waiting for Steam to start up before we can have a look at the city building game. Computer's doing whatever it's doing in the background. Probably Windows updates. Just having a look at the Intel processor ID. It looks pretty good and reasonable, I think. So here's a little bit of success. After I did my quad core upgrade, I got my game running, and you can see that the traffic's flowing relatively smoothly. It's not like it's 60 frames per second or anything, but it's enough for the game to be playable. So I'm calling my quad core upgrade a win. So considering that it was only whatever it was, $10 or $15 for the quad core CPU, you got a computer that's basically twice as powerful, and it allows this modern game to work. And this has got a very giant map, so you know, it's certainly enough power to run a lot of modern games. I'm not calling it a gaming PC experience, turning basically a useless old free computer into a computer that can run some modern games. It's great. This has got this GT 710 graphics card as well, with 1 GB of graphics memory.